Thank you. Thank you. I
That's
appreciate that.
awesome. Okay, so we talked about the horses and we talked. So it's interesting to me being in financing or lending and that led you to the coaching. So how did you make that shift in seeing that you were doing more work with, behind the paperwork, with the person on the other side of the paperwork, should I say?
Yeah, just mostly reflecting on what I was seeing over time was the people and the businesses that I really connected with would kind of follow me from one place to the other. If I was working at a bank or if I was on my own or whatnot, it just they would come with me. And it was inside of those relationships that I was like, wow, I feel like there's a bigger calling for me. I've always felt that way. And so just yeah, just reflecting on what I was seeing with my clients over time just allowed me to really dive into deeper. And it was funny because I do you know the company Mind Valley?
Mm-mm, not
Yeah,
familiar.
they're like an online. They do all kinds of different certification programs, but a lot of energy work. Different types of trainings and things. And I joined their community and then I got this email about this business coaching. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I was like, that's all I could think about in the day. I was like, I went back to the email, I read it again. I'm like, that's interesting. It's like, oh my gosh, that was like one of the nuggets. I'm like, oh my gosh. I it was like everything inside me knew I had to do this.
That
So
was
yeah.
your invitation. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just was so
Yeah.
crystal clear, and that's why I also just help people like tap into that intuition, and most of that is just getting quiet, right? Just helping someone get quiet
Exactly.
and being able to listen to the body, listen to the inner calling, because we do get it's so easy to scroll and just numb out with the mind and
Yeah.
not be connected.
Yeah, it is. So do you have a specific niche? Who is your target audience?
So generally speaking, it's women that are over 35 and they don't necessarily need to be stressed or overwhelmed or whatnot, but that's usually why someone's coming to me for coaching is like they've gotten to a spot where they're sort of frustrated with the whole world of like fix this and do this next and do this next and like not really getting the answers that they need because most of it is external. Like you just do my program and then I'll give you the answers and then you'll be fine. And so I love the people who have kind of gone through that space where they feel like they're seeking, but they just haven't found what they're looking for yet. Um,
Yeah.
and then also, so they could be frustrated by that, wanting additional answers, or they may be transitioning from whether it's a job or a relationship where they like there's all this sort of turmoil going on in their world that they need support with.
Yeah. So looking for some clarity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, a direction.
Yeah.
And also, I'm finding, and even in my own life, is so many times we may have the loved ones, all of us have loved ones, but they don't necessarily listen to us the way we need to be heard. You know,
Mm,
my boyfriend's amazing at that. Like, I have to really sit him down and say, do not give me advice. I just need you to hear me. We got 10 minutes. Um, and so yeah, so I kind of say that a lot. It's like you may have that spouse, you may have that mom, you may have that friend, but they don't necessarily they want to fix you, right? They want to tell you what to do because
yeah.
they know your history and they know this and they want to be supportive, but they don't know how to truly listen.
Yeah. That's truly a gift. Listening is truly a gift.
Yeah.
So, tell me about, I saw on your page TRH. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so that's the training and certification I went through the last training I did with the horses. So it's the
Gotcha.
reflective horse.
Okay.
Yeah. And my mentor is 30 years in the business, and she went through kind of similar. She went through every certification known to the horse community, and every single time she was like, I just don't, I feel like something is massively missing. And the biggest missing thing was that the horse was not taken into consideration, meaning usually what a lot of the other programs do is they put the horse in like a round pen, right? And amazing stuff can happen. I've done round pen work where you're in there with the horse, but what that does to the horse is it forces them, it puts stress and pressure on the horse because they are boxed into a
They're
space.
confined. Yeah.
Yeah, and automatically they go to the human because the human would kind of be the dominant one. And so Cassandra really taught us about giving the horse space and freedom and free roaming. And so there's no pressure on the horse. It's literally when you drop into your body and you are there present, the horse comes right up to you because they want to be, they're curious, like at that point you're not a threat, and they're like, ooh, I like this energy, and they want to be next to you, and all kinds of magic happens because then you have a relationship and the communication starts. Whereas if you force the horse to be in this space, it's going to happen, but it's not, it's like you're, there's sort of a domination happening there. It's hard to explain, and I'm not wanting to, ridicule or say that any of those other programs are bad, but what Cassandra brought to the
Right.
table for me and my perspective was completely different than anything I'd ever seen or experienced. And so yeah, so that was my
I
certification.
love that.
Yeah.
So I see the mirror in that, Sierra, just like us, once we get grounded, and just allow spirit
Yeah.
to bring things to us, we don't have to chase it. It just automatically comes to us. I love, love, love that.
Yeah, that's
That's
right. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and that's why we call it, the reflective horse, because it is that way. And
Mhm.
even with my Mustangs, they're on a full acre pasture. We don't pressure on them to do anything really. We let them just be horses, and it's just a completely different mindset. I had a guy come out one time that had a very traditional horse training, teaching people how to ride. Really awesome, right? But he came out to the ranch and he was like, your horses don't have to do anything. I'm like, no, they just hang out. They just
They
like
just,
they just
they just
be.
get to be
Yeah. He
right.
was like, this is crazy. Yeah.
That is amazing. Like I got all kind of light bulbs going off. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just as a human, just to be and
Yeah.
just watch life. Just watch it come to you. I love this. This is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How can we find you?
So my website is trueleverage.net,
Okay.
and I'm also on TikTok and Instagram under my name, Ciara DeComi. I'm running a special right now for August, and this is really to help as many people as I possibly can in the month of August because I am seeing so many people upset and stressed and overwhelmed.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of that going on. And so it's a full hour session for $97, which is
Okay.
super deal. So it's that listening that I we talked about earlier. It's like being able to be there for someone in whatever they're going through. It doesn't even matter. And that's open to males and females. So um
Okay.
yeah, and